Good evening, everyone. Am I audible? Can anyone please confirm, am I audible? Great. Let everyone join and then we will start the session. Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this session. I hope now I am audible and visible to all of you. All right, fantastic. So guys, today we have a session on newspaper reading, right? So my humble request to all of you is to have some patience and allow me to first explain this idea of newspaper reading in one of the most refined manner, which can help you prepare for this exam with a lot of commitment. Fine. Now, when I say that this is a very refined idea, at the end of the session, all of you will be appreciating that this is something new that have come to our mind. This is something new, that how we should have been reading newspaper and how the things should have been over the time when we thought of preparing for IAS, when we started reading our newspapers and things like that. So before I start with today's newspaper, it is The Hindu. Today's The Hindu. I will request my team to share the link of our Telegram and YouTube so that Once the session ends, I can share this slide in that Telegram group, from where then you can keep it with you for your reference in future, and that will help you, remember the things for long and improvise in the same manner as I'm going to tell you today. So before we start this session, I will tell you another very important thing. Friends, when we talk about preparing for IAS exam, we need to understand few things. When we prepare for IAS exam, most of us must be aware that IFS, that is Foreign Services, IPS, Police Services, IRS, Revenue Services, Railway Services, even Forest Service, to some extent, the pre is common, right? Now, the paper is common. You, according to your ranks, get selected in this paper, right? This is one thing. Then when we talk about IAS, most of the aspirants who prepare for IAS, they do prepare for their state PCS exams as well. Someone from Punjab will prepare for Punjab PCS, someone from Himachal will prepare for Himachal Administrative Services. Likewise, be it West Bengal, be it Kerala, be it Madhya Pradesh, be it Maharashtra, be it Rajasthan, we all will prepare for these state service exams as well. The same set of students will then prepare for CDS and CAPF as well. The same set of students who are not getting selected in these will prepare for RBI, SEBI, and NABARD exam as well, and many such like exams. Those who still do not make through will be appearing for SSC exams, right? So basically, one who start preparing for IAS, they start exploring all these exams, right? They start to explore all these papers, so that they must get success somewhere here or there. But remember, for all these exams, for all of these exams, newspaper are the panacea to all your problems. Now, when I talk about specifically your IAS as a dream in life that you all want to fulfill, there are two things. There are static things, and then there are dynamic things, which basically are the current affairs, right? Now, friends, what happens? I will give you a very small example at the very start, and then I will pick up the newspaper and we will start exploring that how you should read newspaper, how you should develop that panorama where you cover every aspect of the news in a very well articulated manner, so that when you go for your exam, be it pre, mains, or interview stage, you must be ready with every answer. You must be ready with any and every dimension that can come out of that particular news piece. But here, let's take an example. In today's newspaper, there is a news about a problem with governor in West Bengal, right? The news per se perhaps is not very important, that the chief minister sent a bill, and not the bill, the chief minister proposed that let's call the session of West Bengal Assembly, but the governor sent it back. No, I'm not taking this into consideration, because as a governor of your state, I am more bound by the advice of the Council of Ministers and not just the chief minister, right? Now, this news as such in current affair makes not a much difference, but yes, it can be used in future as an example while we talk about the office of governor or the issues relating to the office of governor. But yes, because this news now is there, though the office of governor itself becomes very important. The challenges with the office of governor, the challenges in the relationship between the governor and the state chief minister. So these things become very, very, very important. Now, if we just focus on newspaper and read it as just a random news, then we are not preparing for IAS. Because when I look at this news, I should go back to my polity book, the notes or the book that I carry with me. If it is Lakshmikant, I must go to Lakshmikant. If I made my handmade notes, I must open up my notebook and read this news articles of office of governor and the related issues there. And when I read it there, I should add one more fact, that the recent example, if ever is to be cited, will be the dispute or the issue between the governor and the chief minister in West Bengal about the summoning of the assembly session. Now, if we are not covering the topics both together, then our preparation is already half-baked. It is not foolproof preparation. So today in this session, I'm going to share the idea how you can make this preparation a foolproof preparation. If this first example itself make a sense to my dear students in this class today, I will appreciate if they can tell me by typing in the chat box, Does this example make sense to all of you? So this is one of the ways I'm going to teach you today, that how you can cover the current affairs along with the static part, and how it will help you maintain that discipline, that you must be understanding that how things can be covered in a more holistic manner. All right. So I'm disabling the chat for a while so that you guys can focus on what best you can learn from today's session. And once the session is over, then we will take a session with you today itself, where we will be talking to you, asking your doubts, giving you solutions, and telling you much more beyond all this, right? And friends, this Telegram group link that has been shared in the chat box, as well as that YouTube channel, I will once again ask all of you to subscribe to these two, because on these two channels you will constantly get a quite of quality material, a lot of quality material every day, be it current affairs, be it questions, be it videos on current issues, be it discussion of topics. You will get everything on YouTube and Telegram channel. So I will request all of you to subscribe, and these two things, YouTube and Telegram, they always remain free. We never charge even a single penny to share all the facts, all the information that we can share with our students. So these two things are there for you as a gift from Raj IAS, and do subscribe to them. So coming to today's newspaper, now in next about 15-20 minutes, I will be discussing few news items with you. And once I'm done with the discussion, I will open up the chat box where you can give your opinion, you can share your experience, where you can tell that how this idea has now brought a change in your perspective of preparing for IAS exam, right? So friends, the first news that I've picked up, you must have read today's newspaper. There is a news. There is a news about Russia starts nuclear drills. Biden says war imminent, right? So this is about Russia and Ukraine issue. Russia and Ukraine issue. Now, if I start reading the entire news, what maximum important things are there? If I read the entire news piece, let's take example today as the beginners to prepare for IAS, so that we can understand the things properly. So if I read the entire news piece, Russia's President Vladimir Putin launched exercises by strategic nuclear missile force on Saturday, as Washington said Russian troops massed near Ukraine borders were poised to strike. US President Joe Biden said he is convinced that Mr. Putin has decided to attack Ukraine. We have reasons to believe that Russian forces are planning to and intend to attack Ukraine in the coming week, right? Then if I keep reading, what exactly I'm getting out of it? This is a news that comes every day, and I keep reading. And then if I write a point here or there in some news, in some note making thing, then what exactly is this note all about? What exactly are the things that I should be looking forward to? What are the questions that I can expect in the exam? So what exactly I'm planning to do by reading this news word by word, right? In the coming days, Mr. Biden told reporters at the White House, as of this moment, I am convinced that he has made the decision. US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said Russian forces were beginning to uncoil and move closer to the border. We hope he steps back from the brink of conflict, he said during a visit to Lithuania. Russian-backed separatist leader in eastern Ukraine earlier declared military mobilization a day after ordering women and children to evacuate to Russia. The drills by Russia's nuclear forces on Saturday involved the launch of ballistic and cruise missiles, the defense ministry said. Now, because I have read all this, there is nothing that I can write today in my notebook. There is nothing that I can write in my notebook. But yes, now what things should come to my mind? What are the expected questions, be it pre or mains or interview? So first of all, I need to know those questions. I need to have that knack of the topic. I need to understand the intricacies in one such way that, yes, when I read the newspaper, I am reading it in a holistic manner. So for me, when I talk about the things, first is NATO versus Russian conflict, right? NATO versus Russia's conflict. The situation is that because Ukraine is planning to join NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which was created by US back in 1950s when Cold War was at its peak. Now, when Ukraine is trying to join it, Russia believes that this is America's policy of containment, which was part of the Cold War era itself, right? Because we have not read Cold War, we know nothing about the global situation during those days. How can we easily understand today's perspective? So NATO versus Russian conflict, modern world history is part of UPSC. So now that the situation in Ukraine is something related to what was happening during Cold War era, so there is a possibility that in world history in the coming years we can get a question on NATO versus Russian conflict, Cold War era, and things like this. Then surrounding of Ukraine, it reminds us of Berlin blockade of 1948, from where the war, the Cold War, started between USSR, the erstwhile USSR, present day Russia, and the United States of America. Again, modern world history. This is not just important for your international relations, it is going to have an impact on your paper 1 world history part as well. Then CSTO, similarity with Warsaw Pact, modern world history. When America during the Cold War made NATO, at that time Warsaw Pact was made. Today we have in new CSTO. Now when you start relating it with the past, you better understand the implications, and then you have better knowledge of the topic. Then you present yourself in a better way. Then you start writing your answers with proper introduction that makes an impact on the examiner, right? So Cold War, again related to modern world history. Then the entire Cold War once again is important. Because of this Ukraine crisis, the entire topic of Cold War is important, again in modern world history. Then Minsk Pact, similarity with Molotov, and marking of spheres of influence. What was exactly happening during Cold War and even before that, or while the European Union was taking its shape. So the Western Germany's membership of NATO, compare it with Ukraine's NATO goals, again from modern world history. Unless you understand that all these topics make sense today, you cannot prepare this topic in one such holistic manner that any related topic, any related issue, if asked in your pre or mains, you are caught napping, right? So continuity of Truman Doctrine by US. What was this Truman Doctrine? Even during the Cold War era, the US President Truman and his Secretary of State Marshall, so there was Truman Doctrine, there was Marshall Plan, where they were trying to help gain more and more allies by doing what? Containing communism. So this is an old story, right? So modern world history topic, continuity of Truman Doctrine. Arming of Ukraine, similar to Marshall Plan, what US was doing during Cold War era. Today, if USA is supporting Ukraine against Russia, it is again similar to the Marshall Plan times, so the modern world history. Then domino theory, that if one country falls either to the capitalist or the communist lobby, if someone joins hands with, let's say, the Russians or the Americans, then the one who loses the ally, they become weak, right? So it is domino theory. So Ukraine's fall may transfer to Taiwan. If today America proves to be weak to hold Russia, to make Russia back out from attacking Ukraine, and if Russia somehow is successful to take over Ukraine, then it will encourage China. It will encourage China to take over Taiwan. And now coming to India, after all this background, now coming to India, if Russia takes over Ukraine, if China takes over Taiwan, then the next threat perception is for India. Because after settling things with Taiwan, China has already settled a lot with Hong Kong. Now, if they settle things with Taiwan and no one speaks against them, then there is a great possibility that they start making inroads towards the Indian territory. They will then make the disputed border more tense. They have already been doing it, the Chinese, but then they may start making the things more tense on Indian borders and taking the liberty that the global powers are now weak and China is like present. China will be then a leading superpower backed by the Russian support, right? That is why China is supporting Russia in the Ukraine situation. They expect Russia to support them while they take over either Taiwan or in future if they try to make inroads towards Indian territories. So friends, this is how I would like you to understand the news, not just reading the paper, picking out a point or two and ending the story there and then. So now I open the chat box. Please let me know, could I make sense and make you understand that what I mean by holistic coverage? Great. So if I could make sense to most of you, then it will be a win-win situation for both of us. My aim is to empower you today, to enlighten you today that how newspaper is to be read. Here I will take the liberty to explain you one more thing before we move again to the newspaper thing. I will take an opportunity to explain you one more thing. You know, many a times students say we are starting with newspaper, right? When they start with newspaper, they find it very, very difficult. They always find it very difficult to understand the basic terms in the newspaper. Let's take an example. You have not yet done your economy. Neither you have joined any coaching. You are doing it through self-study. And secondly, while you are doing it through self-study, you have not yet started your economy. And somehow either you are a science student, be it medical, non-medical, or you are a student in humanities who has not done economy, right? Commerce student, obviously, yes, they by default have economy in their subject list, but humanity student, art students, we do not have economy as a compulsory subject. We can choose, but we may not choose as well. So if we have not done economy, for example, the basic terms like repo rate. Now, what is repo rate? What its impact? We read that the Reserve Bank changed the repo rate or the reverse repo rate, right? They have changed the statutory liquidity ratio and basic terms, very basic term. I will give you examples today in the newspaper itself. We are not even familiar with these terms. Then how can we appreciate the newspaper today? How can we make our notes out of the newspaper today? How can we be sure that what we are reading, we are even able to understand it properly? So friends, it is about starting the preparation in a very, very conjunctive manner, in a very holistic manner. Start your static part, start the current affairs, and let somebody guide you that what basics you should have done before you start newspaper. Otherwise, things become so clumsy, things become so difficult that we start feeling suffocated. And that is one of the reasons that most of the students, when they prepare for this exam, they start complaining of things like depression, things like anxiety. You know, this is the only reason. If somehow you understand that if there is somebody who can guide you, who can support you, who can keep you motivated, who can keep you focused, then these things like depressions, anxieties, things like, you know, feeling bad about a day or two, they just go away. You become more clear in your perception, you become more confident in your approach, and then the things start falling in place, and you become, become so very confident that things starts appearing very normal to you, right? There are no challenges, there are no cliffs from where you find it difficult to manage or handle the things. So this is how you have to understand the concept, friends. So after this first news, the other news that we have today relating to the same is West voices fear of Russia-China axis. As I was saying, it is an offshoot from the first itself, but it is a separate news that West means USA and Europe now have a fear that Russia and China can become great friends. And if they become great friends, both of them, where we understand that in Russia, Mr. Putin, and in China, Mr. Xi Jinping, they both are not having very great affinity with the idea of democracy. They both are very strong leaders. So rise of such like powers may be a threat to the democratic order in the future, right? So looking at this news piece, if I read everything, but for these few highlighted parts, there is nothing that I can make note out of. There is nothing that can help me make a, storyline out of it. But what are the important things here? Let's take few of the examples. First of all, what is authoritarianism? Are we even aware of this? And trust me, friends, this is a term of polity, but this is not even discussed in your Lakshmikant book, right? Nowhere it is mentioned that what is authoritarianism. But yes, you may be asked a question, and a question is something like, even if it is a question where you are not to write something about authoritarianism, but the term itself has been used, and if you are not sure about what is totalitarianism, what is authoritarianism, what is dictatorship, right? So if you do not know the basic meanings, basic differences in these terms, then perhaps you may start writing answer on a wrong foot. That may not fetch you the desired marks. So first of all, we should be aware of the basic meanings of these terms. And terms like this can be better understood through your NCERT books. And that is why it is said that NCERTs are the foundation for civil services, or for that matter, any competitive exam, any and every competitive exam under the sun, right? So NCERTs are very, very crucial. You cannot ignore NCERTs. If somehow the previous year toppers say that I did not read NCERTs, see, you have to understand, Perhaps they invested a lot of time. Perhaps it took them 2 or 3 years to prepare. Had they first, laid the foundation through NCERT, things would have been better. Things would have been better. So NCERTs are a must. From my side, there is no solution to this. There is no escape. You have to read NCERTs, and that too in a very different way. It is not just pick up NCERT of class 6 and read a chapter, pick up 7th class NCERT and read a chapter. No, 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 no. It is not like that. It has to be a very different kind of an approach where you read NCERTs in a very integrated manner. You prepare your integrated interdisciplinary notes. When you complete the task, then pick up your newspaper, start adding things to them, and think about that. Yes, now I am comfortably preparing for IAS. Otherwise, it is just nothing but a illusion. It's an illusion that I'm preparing for IAS. And that is why the success rate is so low, because everyone thinks that I know. Everyone thinks that I will listen to somebody, or I will, pick up somebody's notes and start preparing. No, trust me, to a large extent, it is a self-help approach. When someone asks, can we do it through self-study? I say, yes, you must do it through self-study. But try understand the meaning of self-study here. At least somebody should be there to guide you things like this. If you have no idea of all these things, then guys, tell me, how is it possible without help of somebody? How is it possible? Right? So coming to this topic, West was fears of Russia-China axis. One is, what is authoritarianism? Then democracy summit by President Biden, December 2021. It was in news that he was talking about that we have to save the democracy from authoritarianism. International relations topic, right? Then Russia-China axis. How does it threaten India? As I was just explaining, if China and Russia becomes friend and USA becomes weak and Russia start depending on China, then China can better threaten India in future, particularly in context of the Ladakh region, Arunachal region, right? So there will be a greater threat perception for India. Obviously, a question on international relations or India foreign policy. Then you can think about parallels between Ukraine and Taiwan situations, German invasion of Poland and Italian invasion of France, international relations and world history, right? What exactly happened when Germany was doing something during the time of Hitler? Germany went for annexation of Austria under the name of Anschluss, right? The Western forces were not doing anything. It was more or less like the appeasement of Hitler. And then Hitler took so much of the territory. And then when he went for Poland, and the World War started. So yes, look at the situation. Try to understand the similarities, then cover the topics which are similar to them. You can expect a question in your mains or even in your interview. An interviewer, if there is somebody on the panel who is an expert in international affairs or in world history, they will obviously start drawing the parallels and start asking you the questions like this. With this, 2 news pieces discussed and idea explained along with the importance of NCERTs. Here I would like to see your comments first, that are you now feeling confident enough, understanding the things and appreciating these ideas? Every news is important, and no news is important unless you understand the concept of the news, right? It is not important that whether India is going to play cricket match with Pakistan or not from sports perspective, but it is important from diplomatic perspective, whether there is a possibility of people to people contact. Will this people to people contact bring the leaders at a point where they will start negotiations with each other and start solving the problems or not? So even sports can have the impact on diplomatic political events. So even if it is not important as a topic in sports, it can be important in topic on, diplomatic relations and things like that. So I hope the one who wrote that sports wala section, I hope this is a lucid message, a clear and loud message to that student that yes, sports too have multiple dimensions to understand. So friends, now there is expect FTA, free trade agreement with UAE in force by May, says government. Now, when I read this, right, there is not much but for this part where they talk about the India UAE FTA. But what topics we should understand? Number one is, what is an FTA? What are the basic features of this kind of a thing? So from economics perspective, then India's relation with UAE, especially trade relations. Now this is international relations. Then West Asian Quad, India, Israel, United States, and UAE. It is international relations topic. Then India's balancing between the Gulf conflict, Shia-Sunni conflict, again, international relations. Finally, problems of migrant workers in Gulf. This is a social issue. Now, this news brings to fore so many connected issues. So many connected issues. If we are not covering all these topics properly, then friends, I hope you understand that the preparation is half-hearted. It is not what UPSC expect out of us. And I know reading newspapers like this will take hell lot of time. And that is why we promise you to cover all these things like this on our channel. You can subscribe to our YouTube and Telegram channel. This is what we are doing for you guys, and that's complimentary. I would request Akshay sir or Dikshant sir to once again share that Telegram and YouTube links so that students can join our YouTube and Telegram channel. This will help them get such notes every day complimentary from our side as a gift. And friends, when you get this gift, obviously half of your task is done by us, right? But the more important thing here is the basic terminology, the basic vocabulary. How strong are you in it? That is more important for me to understand. I will be coming to this question in a while from now. Meanwhile, let's look at another. Iran nuclear talks. Now, there is a news in today's Hindu newspaper. This is page 10 of today's Hindu when we talk about Iran nuclear talks, right? So when I read this entire news piece, as a person who has been keeping track of these developments, I didn't find anything so important today in this news that I should make a note out of it. Trust me, I did not find anything very important, very crucial that I should make a note of it. But then the most important things that came to my mind: Iran nuclear deal, JCPOA, Trump's pull out from the deal, Abraham Accords, what is P5+1, all important from international relations. Then non-proliferation treaty, international relations. It is again in news now, right? It is again in news. India's nuclear program, we have to relate it now that if there are sanctions on Iran, if India again tries to do things, what are the issues, what are the challenges? Along with it, it is also important from science and technology perspective. And India's investments in Iran, be it Chabar ports, Tapi pipeline, all these things are important from international relation perspective. So see, even if in today's news piece, there is not much important, but the interlinking and the backlinking and the forward linking of the news can bring forth so many topics that we need to cover from our pre-mains and interview perspective. Up to this point, now that we have covered a couple of news and talked about few ideas, I would now like to interact with some of the students so that before we proceed further, we can understand that what exactly is going on. Ayush, I will come to this, don't worry. So we are starting with Ikjot. Yes, Ikjot, can you switch on your mic? Let's try make it a little more interactive session. Yes, Ikjot, please tell me. You had raised your hand. Is there anything that you want to ask?
Yes, sir.
Please tell me.
So, matlab, how can we do, matlab, the words you are telling, that the words that should be picked up from the newspaper, matlab, how can we find out from the, like, are you matlab, are you like saying ki matlab, from the entire books we have to matlab,
Because for
flickers
that purpose, let me give you an idea. We run one NCRT course, right? We have a NCRT course. In this NCRT course, what we do, we pick up 6th to 12th class old and new NCRTs. Now, why we pick up old and new NCRTs? There are some topics which are very good, which are very beautifully explained in old NCRTs, and there are things which are better in new NCRTs. So we have selected the things out of two, which is better in which book. Is it better in old or new book, right? Then we cover history, we cover polity, we cover economy, geography, environment, society. For society, we pick up 11th and 12th class sociology book. Ethics. For ethics, we pick up 11th and 12th psychology books. Then we pick up books of history, polity, economy, geography, environment, society, ethics, science and tech. Then we cover international relations from political science book of 11th, 12th class. Then we pick up
Okay, sir.
disaster management. So we cover all the topics with their basic vocabulary and an in-depth analysis in our NCRT course.
Okay, sir.
Along with the old and new NCRTs, we cover the Tamil Nadu board books as well, where and when they are important. For every topic, Tamil Nadu books are not important. They are not important, but yes, they are important for some of the topics. Let me give you a small example. While I'm doing history, I'm reading something about Chalukya temple architecture or Rashtrakuta temple architecture or Chola administration. This book will give me a better knowledge, better facts. So we will add it where and when required. Then there is National Institute of Open School. This is a note of undergrad courses, very bulky study material available online. Some of the topics are wonderful, which you and any aspirant must read. We add those topics too. So after going through the old and new NCRT, where required Tamil Nadu books and where required NIOS notes, National Institute of Open School, we have prepared PDF notes of all these subjects. So what we do, we give you 3 hours class live every day, Monday to Saturday, 5 to 8 p.m. 5 to 8 p.m. we run a class Monday to Saturday, and every Sunday we take a test as well. Along with this, we provide you current affair notes every day, summary of 2 newspapers and several magazines we provide you every day, right? So you get NCRT basic understanding along with vocabulary, along with the clarity of the concepts, and then you get the current affair notes. Now you are in a better position to understand these notes and prepare for this exam. And then every weekend you give a test as well. Now, when you give this test, whatsoever you have done in a week, you evaluate yourself, we evaluate you, you evaluate yourself, and you understand that now how confident I am in these basic things. Now, this is the end of the course. This course is a 75 days course in which we cover all these topics in a very holistic manner, very, very holistic manner, right? Now, we understand the needs of students better than the students understand it themselves. So what we do after finishing the live course, when the course is live for 75 days, there are people who are working. We understand this. So we provide the same lectures in recorded form to them. So if they cannot watch it 5 to 8, they can watch it in the late night or early morning, whenever they have the time. The live class is 5 to 8, but you get recorded as well. Now that the course is finished, we provide you an additional 75 days. For what? These 75 days are to revise the things once again. So within 150 days, that is basically 5 months, not just your NCRTs have been covered, explained, detailed, your notes made, and current affairs added. You have also revised the NCRTs once more, and all your doubts are taken by the teachers like we are interacting now. So this is one such course that we have planned, and we have been successfully running it for last more than 2 years, and we have more than 7,500 successful people, happy students who have done this course. Whenever we start this batch, we fix a seat at 250. We give admission to 250 students in our NCRT batch. When we start this batch, we always have a webinar one day before the batch so that we can tell students about this course. So yes, this course is starting Monday, that is 21st of this month, tomorrow, and the timing is 5 to 8 p.m. Usually the fees for this course, 75 days course in which we give you PDF notes and live plus recorded classes and test series and current affairs. The cost of this course is 7,500. But for the early birds who join it while we are discussing, the fees is 5,900. Basically 5,000 plus 900 is your GST. So those who join it within the webinar, they get it at a discounted rate of 5,900. Those who join it after the webinar, they get it at the price of 7,500. Akshay sir and Dikshant sir, if possible, yes, the payment link has been shared. Those who understand the importance of this course for their preparation, those who understand the importance of this course for laying a very strong foundation, those who understand that this course can give them, a leap over their competitors, here is your opportunity. Join the course. It's starting tomorrow at 5 p.m. And when we start this course, within a day, all the seats are full. That's why I'm telling you, More than 7,000 students have been taught in less than 2 years, or almost 2 years. So it's such a great course that it gives you a lot of confidence, lot of clarity, lot of support mechanism for your preparation. Ekjot, I hope
Thank you,
the
sir.
message is clear.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Next is Manvindra. Yes, Manvindra, please tell. You have to switch on your mic if you want to ask something. We will be continuing with the rest of the things.
Hello?
Yeah, please tell me.
सर लाइक आई एम हैविंग अ क्वेश्चन लाइक जैसे हम लोग बिगनर हैं अभी मैंने बिगिन ही करा है
जी
तो सर जैसे न्यूज़पेपर में जैसे मैंने अभी ज्योग्राफी और इकोनॉमी की एनसीईआरटीज पढ़ना शुरू करा है
ओके
सर थोड़ी बहुत न्यूज़ ऐसी होती हैं जैसे अभी आपने कहा ना ये वर्ल्ड हिस्ट्री का पार्ट है मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री का पार्ट है
जी
तो सर जैसे हमने लिख लिया ये पार्ट है तो और हमने स्टडी करना शुरू करा तो सर कहीं पे ऐसी बहुत सी चीज़ है क्योंकि हम बिगनर हैं मिस हो जाएंगी हमसे सर ये कैसे कवर होगा
सर देखो उसी के लिए हमारा ये एनसीईआरटी कोर्स है. In this NCERT course, what we do basically is we provide you with such a strong foundation that when you start preparing for the next stage, that is your advanced course, then you have that much of understanding, that much of confidence that you are not dependent on others. And once you have done this NCERT course and you do the rest of the study through self-study, you can claim that I prepared for IAS through self-study only.
थैंक यू सर.
All right, G. 6 students paid the fees. That's amazing. 6 students already paid it. Next is Mahima Yadav. Yes, Mahima, please tell me. After Mahima, I will take the doubts after explaining a couple of more news pieces from today's newspaper. Yes, Mahima, please tell me. Mahima Yadav.
Sir, can we pay the after some time the NCERT course fee?
Yes, you can pay. Okay, I keep the option open. Those who want to pay 5,900, they can pay it by 00 hours today. That means 12 midnight. So up to 12 midnight today, the fees will remain 5,900. Then it will be 7,500. It is fine, Mahima?
Yes, sir.
Great. Mona Thakur, please, Mona ji, tell me, what's your question? Mona Thakur, you have a question or can I move on to the next talks? Next news piece, I mean. So I suppose Mona has no doubt. She just raised the hand accidentally and there is no question on mind with her. So friends, there is another news in today's Hindu paper. First batch of MH60R copters to arrive by July. So when I read this, I will not get a lot of information out of this, but what all important aspects I need to cover. Defense Acquisition Procedure 2020 for internal security regions, right? Even for your border security management. Then Defense Acquisition Council security. Defense Technology and Trade Initiative between India and US, security and international relations. US-India defense relations, special focus on China, international relations. India's naval expansion in Indo-Pacific, international relations. If I understand all these topics, this news makes sense to me. Otherwise, this is just a standalone news which will not help me achieve much in the long run, right? So this is another example. Moving on with another example, Ahmedabad blast probe unveils meticulous planning. Now, when I read things like this, you know, what kind of questions should be there in my mind? First is one is terrorism, non-state, state-sponsored actors for the security topic, internal security. So what is terrorism? Who are non-state actors? Who are state-sponsored actors? Right? Then cross-border terrorism from Pakistan, international relations. Then emerging forms of terrorism, bioterrorism, cyber terrorism from security perspective. Then laws in India, UAPA, National Security Act, state laws like Gujarat's GCTOC. This is important topic from governance as well. So if I understand that, yes, this much of the panorama of the thing I should have in my mind when I read a small news like this, then reading newspaper makes sense to me. Otherwise, I am wasting my time, wasting my effort. While we were talking, as people are like waiting, thinking, 13 students have already paid their fees. They have already successfully enrolled for the course that is starting from tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, 5 p.m., this NCERT course. And trust me, friends, this NCERT course, when once completed, will give you so much of confidence, so much of, courage to continue with your effort, that things like anxiety, things like depression will be a talk of basically these are the words used by cowards. They always use these words because they are not planned in their approach. So if you are planned in their approach, if you are planned and you have started making your efforts at the right time in the right direction, then where is the question of having any sort of problem, any sort of depression, any sort of anxiety while you go all the way, when somebody is there to hold your hand as a torch bearer, throwing light on the path and telling you that this is where you have to move on. The easy example here will be, if somebody living in, let's say, Kashmir is to go to Kanyakumari today. For the first time, he is to drive his car, and he is not using that, Siri or Google Maps or anything, right? Like the person himself tries to go there. On the entire way, they have to stop at regular intervals, asking people about the directions. There is a possibility that people may tell the right direction. There is a possibility that people may tell the wrong direction. Ultimately, you will reach Kanyakumari from Kashmir, but the time and the effort may increase manifold. While if you use that navigator, someone who is showing you the right path, telling you that at what point you have to turn right, left, and telling you that this is like only 200 meters that you have to turn right now. So that reduces the stress on the mind and the drive becomes beautiful. Similarly, the preparation, if there is someone to guide you at the regular interval, somebody to keep you motivated, somebody to show you the right path, the journey becomes beautiful and the end result is the most beautiful. You become IAS, IPS, whatever is your dream. And yes, you live your dream successfully. So first of all, you need to enjoy the journey. Then you reach the beautiful destination, right? So this was the news from which I started today's session. Row over summoning West Bengal Assembly, right? So the governor said, no, I cannot just call a session when the chief minister asked me, because under the article 166(3) clause 3 of Indian Constitution, the governor is to go by the advice of the Council of Ministers headed by the chief minister. And because this time the chief minister herself sent me the proposal, I'm not agreeing to it. Now, after reading this, what are the important things that should come to my mind? Summoning of House, convening of Parliament session, polity, what is the procedure, right? Then powers of governor president with respect to legislatures, again from polity perspective. Pre-independence background of governor's position from modern Indian history. It's like, what was the position of governor before independence? Then role of governor in states, unitary versus federal constitution, polity. Now, if I understand all these things, by neither my pre nor my mains or my interview is a challenge for me. But if I'm not aware of all these things, then how can I even expect that I will be able to write good answers, right? I hope you understand. So I'm going to open the chat box for you students to tell me like how much are you understanding, how much are you enjoying this explanation. And meanwhile, 17 students have successfully enrolled for the course. So the chat box is open. Please share your ideas, your views. All right, there are a few students who want to interact through mic with me. Zia Khan. Okay, Zia, I'm going to give you the mic. Please switch it on and ask your question. Yes, Zia, please tell me what's your question.
Good evening, sir, and thank you, sir. Sir, as you said, the interlinking, backlinking, forelinking of the issues is of paramount importance. If we are reading the newspaper section, then, sir, my question is that if suppose I am a beginner and I have not read the Hindu newspaper like not once in my whole life, then how can I be able to connect the issues which has happened?
Zia, that's a very
like
simple
early?
answer. It may sound little self-centric answer to the students that a teacher is saying this, but the truth remains truth. Because we as students, when we start, we are not having that understanding, that background, that
Yeah,
acumen.
exactly.
So that is why we need somebody who can guide us.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes.
right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
See, when it comes to your dream, when it comes to your dream of becoming an IAS officer, many of the students start thinking about, no, why to pay money to these coachings? They are commercial coachings. We can do it ourselves sitting at home through self-study. There is so much on
Exactly.
internet now. The same applies to your school and college. Why to go there? Why to pay fees? You can do it through self-study, right?
Yes, sir.
Give exam through open school, open exam do na. Why you want to go to regular classes? Why you pay extra fees there? Because friends, this is a truth, and truth will remain truth, that unless there is someone to guide us, to show us the right path, to keep us motivated, it is very difficult. It is very difficult, genuinely difficult.
Okay, sir. And sir, if you are preparing self, like if you are preparing ourself without any guidance, then is there any like point upon which we can depend and we can follow it and implement it, as far as the newspaper is concerned?
Sir, I have already told you, I will give you free notes of newspaper every day in the Telegram group and the YouTube channel. You can follow that.
Oh, okay,
That's
sir.
already
Okay.
free. And
Okay,
Dikshan
sir.
sir, Akshay sir, if possible, first please share that YouTube and Telegram link once again.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Great. Thank you very much. Students, you can again, you have again got the links where you can join that YouTube and the Telegram, where we keep sharing the things with you free of cost every day. And meanwhile, what more we can say is, this NCRT course generally is a great opportunity for you. It will take you places. Trust me, it will help you grow in confidence. It will help you understand the things in a better perspective. It will lay a very strong foundation for you. And getting a course like this at 5,900 rupees is a wonderful opportunity which no sincere, no serious student can ever afford to miss. So Akshay sir, please share the payment links once again and let me know the number through WhatsApp message, how many have joined so far, so that I can confirm to the students. Thanks for sharing the link, payment link. And yes, thanks for the WhatsApp message to Akshay sir. We have already got 21 admissions by far, 21 admissions. Now that's a huge number. Within less than 1 hour, we have already got 22 students. Thanks Akshay sir for correcting me. Thank you very much. 22 students have already paid us. So that's the trust that students have in Raj IAS now, that they do not think twice. They understand that yes, this course is something which is a must now, not just for IAS, for any and every competitive exam. This is a course that can help them lay a very strong foundation. This is how they can move further in their life. This is how they can become more confident. So that's this course all about, right? So friends, now there is a question, there is a news plea in Supreme Court says poll manifestos must be regulated. The politicians, right, they keep making so many promises. Whether it be possible for them to fulfill these promises, or are they just befooling the voters, right? So there has been this issue in news for quite some time. But after reading this, like what better I will understand, rather than things like freebies model of politics in polity, model code of conduct polity, powers of election commission polity, religion in politics polity and ethics, right to recall polity. Now what is right to recall? How many of you even understand this concept? And if you pick up these all topics and read from Lakshmikant, trust me friends, it will not cover all these topics as they are required to be covered. Lakshmikant book is a great book. There is no denying the fact it is more like a Bible to the students who are preparing for IAS, with polity as a subject particularly. But trust me, it is not sufficient in itself. We need to have something more than that, right? So 25 students who have already paid, welcome to the group. Welcome. You will get a message in some time and you will be enrolled into a separate group where you will get your unique username passwords, and the process will start by 2:30 or 4 p.m. tomorrow. The class will start at 5. By 2:30 to 4 p.m. that's the last window in which we call the students and we share their details with them so that they can watch the live classes. They will not be on YouTube, they are on our own portal. So you will get all the details. These 26 students now, those who have paid, 26 students, they will get a call after the session ends. The team will compile the numbers. Those who have paid to the payment links, they will get the calls in the morning. Now today being Sunday, I'm only working, other staff is on leave. Dikshant sir and Akshay sir are nice enough to join on Sundays as well, but other team is on leave. So tomorrow morning they will come, they will start calling you one by one, and you will 27 students now, you will keep getting the calls. And yes, you will be enrolled in a separate group where you will get your username, password messages and everything, right? So friends, moving on to the next news piece. Karnataka Chief Minister blames outside forces for hijab row. Now, this is a very important news. But when I read it, what should I write in my notebook? What is there to write, and what are the type of questions that I should understand? So friends, one is positive and negative secularism from polity perspective. Now, how many of you understand these two words? Public order, exception to freedom of religion under Article 25, again from polity. The essential practice test, something in polity very important. Judiciary is involved in this essential practice test, very important concept, very important. Are you aware of this or not? Now that's the question. Role of uniform in imparting discipline, paper 4 ethics. Now if I am not covering all these topics, what is the use of reading this news? What is the use of spending time reading the newspaper, making our notes, if all these topics are not covered holistically in one go? So this is how the newspaper has to be read. This is how we can make a better strategy for our success in this exam. No gender cap in orchestra bars. Now, when I read news like this, many a time students think that this is not an important news. What kind of questions can be asked? So look at this. Women's issue. It is women's issue, gender inequality, gender pay gap, safety of women at workplace, social issues, laws in India, sexual harassment of women at workplace 2013, Criminal Law Amendment Act 2013, Nirbhaya Act from governor's perspective, objectification of women at bars from the perspective of paper 4 ethics. Now, this is how you need to read these news pieces. Look at this, how many dimensions open up, how many new avenues are there, that how beautifully you can read, relate, prepare, and clear this exam. 31 students, welcome to Raj IAS. After your successful payment, you have already been enrolled. Messages will start coming to you and you will receive a call in the morning. And best of luck, your journey towards your success begins now. You have already decided to make Sunday the day one of your success. Others are waiting for one day, and that one day will come never in their lives, because those who keep waiting, they are the ones who keep losing the opportunities. You 32 students, love you all. You 32 students, you have made it your day one. This is your day one. You have started your journey. Now nobody can stop you. Success is written at the door where you have already knocked. You have put in your first step inside. Now there is no looking back. All right. Your success flight, your leap to success has taken shape right now, right here. All right. Now, night pollinations, how moths help the Himalayas. What is pollination? A very basic thing from environment perspective. Types of pollination, pollen agents. Chandigarh, first city in India to have a pollen calendar, September 2021. A basic news for your pre, very basic news, all related to your environment topic. New observations help explain the universe's most energetic objects. Now, when you read this, you will not be even aware that what all are there important things that we should know. Very basic things. What is a light year? Science and technology. Concepts like black hole, pulsar, magnetars, dark matter, dark energy, science and technology, and then the LEGO project, science and technology. There is so much related to it that, friends, unless you cover all these things in a very holistic manner, but to understand all these things, you need to have base through your NCERT classes. And that's what we are starting tomorrow. That is what we are starting tomorrow. And that is so important, so crucial, so very, it is like the need of the hour for those who are serious students who want to clear this exam, who want to be successful in life. This NCERT course is a need of hour for them. Now, those who are skipping it for any good reason, they are basically either declining a chance of success or pushing it away from them, right? 35 students when enrolled. Before the session has ended, I hope you understand that what is the important, what is the significance, and how much of the faith and trust people have in this course, that they are not thinking even. They are just enrolling fast and fast, right? Rear seat belts promote safety but are rarely used. Say study. Now look at this. Very simple, but what kind of questions can be expected? Motor Vehicles Amendment Rules 2019 from governor's perspective, and road safety, smart traffic management from governor's perspective. Now, nobody will understand that after reading such a news piece, you have to prepare questions like this. Now, here is what you need. Why you need a teacher, why you need a coach, why you need someone to guide you, why you need someone to tell you all these things. Because genuinely, it is very difficult for a beginner, for a student of your age to relate things in such a comprehensive manner, right? So this is something that will always help you. This will always help you. So friends, this is it. This is important in today's Hindu newspaper. So if you have someone like us helping you in this journey, so newspaper will not take more than 35 to 40 minutes to cover every day. And if you have already your notes made by us, by the expert team, 70% of your hard work is done. Now comes the time how to remember it. So more you read, more you revise, the longer you remember the things. And when you get the time to read and revise it multiple times, when you do not spend more time on reading and making the notes. So to reduce your effort, we make the notes for you after reading the newspapers, and we make it more comprehensively as compared to what you can do. So we provide you these things in this NCERT course, right? So friends, with this, my session comes to an end, but not the webinar meeting comes to an end, because now the students will start asking their questions and I will be answering them one by one. So Lakshmi Rameshwar. Yes, Lakshmi Rameshwar, please tell me what is your doubt or what is your question? So Rameshwar, I suppose you have no question in mind. You just raise your hand. Vishwaja. Yes, Vishwaja. What is your question?
Sir, my question is that I'm working, sir.
Okay.
So you said that you will be getting the recorded classes.
Yes.
So for how long will be those recorded classes?
Same 150 days, no?
Okay,
150
sir.
days while they are 75 days while they are going live, you watch them recorded, and another 75 days you keep watching them again for your revision.
Okay, for all the days I can able to see
Yes,
it
yes.
again.
Yes, you are able to see them recorded.
So how do I get this classes, sir? By email or
By paying this, na, you will told na,
by
once you
paying
pay,
also,
you will
sir.
get a call from my office tomorrow in the morning, and you will be enrolled in the group from where you will get your username, password on my portal, my app, and then you can watch your lectures recorded.
Okay, sir. Sir, one more doubt. After the NCERT, do we have any other courses, sir?
We have many courses, but let's not go for the big courses straight on, because then unless you have a trust in the teaching team, then what's the fun of joining the course?
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Alok. Yes, Alok, my dear friend, please tell me. Alok.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
Alok, please tell me.
Yes, sir, I'm visible.
Yeah.
Sorry,
You're
sir.
audible. Please tell
I'm
me.
audible, sir.
Yes,
Sorry,
you are.
sir. Sir, I have problem in English, so I am preparing in Hindi medium.
All right.
Sir, what do you think this course is for Hindi medium or not?
No. It is not at all recommended to Hindi medium students, because we have so many students from South India that when we start speaking Hindi in the classroom, there is a total Mahim in the class. So we have to speak in English only.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, Alok.
Thank you, sir.
Ayush Dwivedi ji. Ji Dwivedi ji, please tell me.
हेलो सर, गुड इवनिंग सर.
Good evening जी.
सर एक्चुअली मेरा ये डाउट था सर कि जब मैं न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ता हूँ तो मुझे सब वर्ड्स ही समझ में नहीं आते सर. जैसे कोई हेडिंग होती है तो मैं उसको नेट पे सर्च करता हूँ या और कहीं भी सर्च करता हूँ, मुझे समझ में नहीं आता. उसका मैं रिकॉर्डिंग देखता हूँ किसी यूट्यूब चैनल पे सर, फिर भी प्रॉब्लम होती है. फिर मुझे लगता है कि मैंने पीछे से न्यूज़पेपर नहीं पढ़े सर, इसलिए आगे
तो
समझ में
इसलिए
नहीं
मैं
आ
आपको बता रहा हूँ कि आपको ये कोर्स 100% हेल्पफुल साबित होगा. इट विल बी 100% मोर देन 100% हेल्पफुल टू यू, बिकॉज दिस वे यू विल गेट अ लॉट ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस in what you are like being taught, and your understanding will improve many-fold. It will be like you understand everything from the very basics now, so that will give you a lot of confidence.
ओके सर, बिकॉज मैं एक महीने से इंडियन एक्सप्रेस ला रहा हूँ और मैं इसको बिल्कुल भी पढ़ नहीं पा रहा हूँ सर. डिमोटिवेशन एक आ जाता है.
I understand that. That's why we have made this such a reasonable, affordable course. Na, 5,900 rupees is not a huge amount that we ask for such a brilliant course. तो इतना तो अपनी सक्सेस में इन्वेस्ट करना सबको चाहिए यार. वी शुड इन्वेस्ट दिस मच इन आवर सक्सेस.
बिल्कुल सर. ये
श्रेयांश गुप्ता जी.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, presently I am in class 12th and I am thinking that from which subject should I do my graduation, so it would be helpful in my IAS preparation.
See, I tell you, doctors become IAS, engineers become IAS, commerce graduates become IAS, MBAs become IAS, humanities subjects became IAS, and students with law as a background become IAS. So how can I tell you that this particular subject is helpful and this is not, when everyone from any and every stream is getting into IAS, right? So the thing here is that you have to understand that what are your plan B? What is your plan B? If not IAS, then what you will be looking forward to in future? This is one. Another thing is, see, this is such a personal question that I cannot publicly discuss it. What other facility we have in this NCRT batch? Once you enroll in this NCRT batch, then we give you an opportunity that you can one-on-one interact with me, in which I can make proper plan for you.
Oh, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Ashish Jha Sahab. Yes, Ashish.
Yes, sir. Sir, as you said, that we have to read the newspaper to connect all the details, whatever is mentioned in the newspaper.
Yes.
But sometimes when we read the newspaper, some terms comes which is far and which is difficult to understand at the same time. So we have to understand in detail. We disconnect with the main topics.
That's what I'm saying now. Once you are done with this NCRT course, your basic terminology is quite robust. You understand the meaning of these terms. Then reading newspaper becomes easier for you. While you are doing the NCRT course, we are already giving you these current affair notes in a very holistic manner. So your entire burden is taken over by us, and you are now at ease to do the things in a simpler way.
Right. That's why a single paragraph takes a lot of time.
All right, Ashish, best of
Thank
luck.
you. Thank you.
Almost 50 students have joined. So guys, I don't know what you are waiting for and what is stopping you. Lavish. Yes, Lavish.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please tell me.
I have 2-3 questions regarding the course only.
Yes, please tell me.
And first question is, would we need to read any NCRTs after the course?
No, there is no need.
And sir, will this be an interactive session or?
Obviously, as we are interacting now, it will be same way interactive session.
Okay. And sir, last question is, are there any demo videos of previous years that I can see to make an informed choice?
See, I tell you something. Choices when informed are basically without trust, right? So if you do it today, it is 5,900. I can give you a demo lecture tomorrow of a live class even, but then the fees will be 7,500. Because I know once you see the demo lecture, you will not go anywhere. You will definitely not go anywhere. But then I will rightfully ask for 7,500 and not 5,900. Up for the deal, you will get a demo lecture tomorrow, live class. Why to watch the previous classes? I'll give you a live class.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes. So guys, next doubt is by Mohit. And those who have written in the question answer box, my team is about to start answering your doubts. My team will be answering there.
Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Just a moment, friend. Mohit, just a moment. Dikshant sir and Akshay sir, kindly look into the Q&A box and please answer these questions. Yes, tell me, Mohit. Tell me.
Sir, after pinpointing the points that we have to collect from the newspaper, like the points of economics or polity. So after reading them from the book from Lakshmikant and like that, then we have to read the newspaper again, or is one-time reading is sufficient?
See, I tell you again, you have to understand, Mohit, it's very simple. If you have joined this NCRT course, your basic vocabulary is taken care of, and the newspaper notes have already been prepared by an expert team, which we'll share with you. You will read the newspaper notes because you have already understood the basic terms, the basic vocabulary is clear. You will read it once and you will understand it. All your effort, all your time is saved. Now revise the other things multiple times, write many question answers, practice many of the MCQs, and see how things change in your life. I tell you something, Mohit. What is most important while we prepare for anything in life, be it a paper or be it sports or whatever we are doing? See, the most important thing is time. If we can save time, we can do things multiple times. Now, time is the most expensive thing. Because it is the most expensive thing, We are making it available at 5,900 rupees to you. We are saving your time. We are giving you that space where you can excel without putting in that hard labor. So 5,900 rupees and you save a lot of time. You get a lot of information. You become more knowledgeable. You become more aware, awakened, enlightened. It's worth the deal. Trust me. It is worth the deal.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Sir, okay.
Thank you. Sudarshanan. Yes.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Hello, sir. Please tell me.
Sir, actually, may I know that what's the class timings and
5 to 8 p.m. every day, Monday to Saturday.
So will it be available recorded throughout the
Yes.
150 days or
Obviously,
after
yes,
completion?
it will be. It will be. We already have many people who are working professionals, so we have to provide it. It goes without saying, and there is no need of having any doubt about it. Yeah, we are a very reputed institute. We have more than 10,000 students enrolled in our courses. We just cannot do any cheating with our students. And so many toppers of previous years, they sit with me on my channel. You can go and check it on YouTube. Then how can the selected and the serving candidates can come to a place where they make wrong promises? You have to understand this. So the journey must start with a trust.
Okay, sir.
All right. Thank you very much.
And sir,
yeah, please tell me.
And sir, the one more thing is that multiple times of doubt clearing sessions.
Sir, every class give you 2 windows for doubt clearing, at the start of the class, at the end of the class. Teacher will take your doubts as I'm talking now. Then there is a separate WhatsApp group in which you can ask your doubts. If the doubts are not clear by then you can ask for a personal time from the teacher as well. But trust me once more, when I tell you, when you come for the class and when the teacher takes the class, we have so much of experience in the past. We've been teaching for more than 20 years now, that we know that when there can be a doubt, we automatically remove the doubt. So I have never in last 20 years seen a student coming back to me asking for doubts after the class. That's I'm 100% sure about.
Okay, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. Yash Kumar. Today has been the greatest session ever. We have already got more than 50 admissions. Congratulations, entire team, for this hard work, and congratulations to these 52 students who have already enrolled for the course. Wonderful. Yes, Yash Kumar, please tell me.
Sir, I'm a student of graduation.
Okay.
My exams will be held in April.
All right.
Sir, is this time suitable for me to join?
That's the best time to start. Best time to start. And trust me, Yash, you have to answer this question yourself. Do we study the entire day for our college?
No, sir.
Then don't waste your time. As I said, time is the most precious thing. We just cannot let it go like this. Start right now. Don't wait. Dreams will die when they are not given the proper oxygen of right time, right effort. They will die.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Exactly.
All right. Thank you. Next is Ananya.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. So I'm a 2025 aspirant. So
All
what
right.
would you suggest? Shall I start reading the
NCERT course is basically the best suited course for you. In this year, you complete your NCERTs with us, for example, and then you are confident enough to see that whether you want to continue through coaching or through self-study. Entire 2023, you prepare your GS only, right? And entire 2024, you do your optional CSAT and essay paper. 2025, you appear for the exam. You will never have that burden on your head that I have to cover everything in one go. You will break your preparation in different stages. And when you break it in stages, you make better strategies. So that's the best time for you to start, Ananya. Trust me for this.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. Naman.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Please tell me.
Sir, actually, I am a class 10 student. And
this is too early for you, Naman. Let me cut here. This is too early for you. As a businessman, I can ask you to pay me fees, right? It will not. I will not feel bad about it. But as a genuine, honest teacher, I will say this is too early. Don't start thinking about it even before your 12th class. All right.
Sir, actually, I was planning to go for CLAT preparation in +1, +2.
Okay.
So, are there any courses for
yes,
current affairs?
We have. That is free. So join the Telegram group. You will keep getting the current affairs.
And sir, one more question, please, sir.
प्लीज।
सर मींस जैसे आप कह रहे हो कि ये कोर्स 5 महीने का है, तो ऑलमोस्ट मतलब कि 21 अगस्त तक ये खत्म हो जाएगा, तो क्या
बेटा
उसके बाद भी?
बेटा 5 महीने का कोर्स नहीं है, कोर्स तो सिर्फ 75 डेज का, बाकी 75 डेज तो रिवीजन के लिए है, तो बेसिकली ये 2.5 महीने का कोर्स है।
ओके सर, मींस ये फिर से आप शुरू कर दोगे आफ्टर 75 डेज ये कोर्स?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
ओके, मींस दोबारा से नया होगा। थैंक यू सर।
हाँ जी, राम, प्रभु राम बोलिए। मिस्टर राम, प्लीज टेल मी। Yes, Ram,
Hello.
yes, Ram, please tell me.
Good evening, sir. I am now currently working as a software engineer.
Okay.
5 to 8 p.m. I am not unable to get the classes.
So what I told you, na, working professionals keep watch these classes recorded anytime what suits them. I tell you something. Let me tell you something, Ram. Let me tell you something. Successful people find solutions. The people who are destined to fail, they find the excuses. So if you want to be a successful man, find the solution that I cannot find time to watch the classes live, I will watch them recorded. And if you are destined to fail, you will find an excuse, sir, I am working, I cannot watch it live, so what should I do? I have no option. So the story ends, right? The people who are successful in life, they always work to find the solutions, and not they count the challenges or the limitations or the problems and then express helplessness. Don't be one.
Okay, sir.
All right. Nidhi. Yes, Nidhi, please tell me what's your question.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, currently I am pursuing my graduation and I'm in the last year. So is it good, is it good option to drop for the post graduation and start taking coaching?
Isn't it better that the subject that you plan to choose as your optional subject, you can do its masters as well? For example, be it sociology, political science, public administration, or whatever is the subject. In that case, do your post graduation from open university, preferably IGNU, and continue two things together. Because while you prepare for your optional, your masters can also be taken care of.
Okay. And so how to be sure about your optional, like right now only? I'm still a beginner.
I tell you something. You are in your final year. You have still to give your final semester, na? 6 semester,
yes,
your 6 months.
Yes, sir.
While you start preparing in these 6 months, you will be yourself clear in your idea that what should be your optional.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Great. Thank you. Rahul Prajapati ji. Yes, Rahul. Rahul, you have to be little quick, otherwise I have to move on to other students. I have another class. I have to call off this session as well. Khushi Pandey. Yes, Khushi. Khushi, I'm very happy to know that you want to ask something, and I will be more happy if you switch on your mic now. Unmute yourself.
सर गुड इवनिंग।
गुड इवनिंग बेटा।
सर क्या हमें ये एनसीईआरटी नोट्स यूट्यूब पे भी मिलेंगे?
नहीं बेटा, ये तो पेड कोर्स में ही है ना, तो ऐसे सबको तो मैं नहीं दे पाऊंगा। इस पे बहुत मेहनत की है टीम ने।
यस सर। तो सर ये जरूरी है पेड 1-2 दिन बाद ही कर सकते हैं?
बेटा 1-2 दिन में तो क्लास भी शुरू हो जाएगी, और साथ में फिर फीस 7500 होगी। यस, यू कैन डू इट आफ्टर 1-2 days. We don't mind.
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
रानी. Yes, Rani, please tell me. Rani, even you have to be little quick.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
सर 75 डेज का हमारा कोर्स होगा, उसके बाद आप रिवीजन करवाएंगे, राइट?
बेटा हम नहीं कराएंगे, आपको रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर मिल जाएंगे ना, आप खुद ही दोबारा देख के रिवाइज कर लोगे।
अच्छा सर, तो लाइव क्लासेस नहीं होगा ना 75 डेज के बाद?
75 डेज तक लाइव चलेगा, उसके बाद एक और 75 डेज आपके पास रिकॉर्डेड पड़ा रहेगा, आप आराम से उसको पढ़ते रहना बैठ के।
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।
ऑल राइट। आयुष, आई एम सॉरी, आयुष द्विवेदी।
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please tell me.
Sir, actually, sir, my doubt. Can I speak in Hindi, sir?
Yes, you can speak in Hindi.
सर एक्चुअली सर मेरा डाउट ये था सर कि अभी मैं बीटेक फर्स्ट ईयर में हूँ और अभी मेरे सेमेस्टर एग्जाम्स होने वाले हैं 21 मार्च से, तो क्या कल से इस सेशन को ज्वाइन करना मेरे लिए सही होगा सर?
सर देखो ना, दो बातों का जवाब देना। आप फर्स्ट ईयर में हो, अगर आप इस टाइम पे एनसीईआरटी करते हो और आपका जब सेकंड ईयर स्टार्ट होगा उसके स्टार्टिंग में आपका ये रिवाइज भी हो चुका होगा, फिर आपके पास पूरा टाइम होगा आप अगला 1-1.5 साल सिर्फ जीएस को देना। वो खत्म करने के बाद उसको एक बार रिवाइज करना, फिर ऑप्शनल करना, फिर उसको रिवाइज करना, फिर थोड़ा सीसैट की प्रैक्टिस करना और पेपर देना। कितनी ईजी हो जाएगी जर्नी। ये तो हुआ प्लान तुम्हारे अगले 4 साल का, 3 साल का। अब आती है बात, तुम्हारे सेमेस्टर एग्जाम आने वाले हैं, तो सच बताना क्या सारा दिन कॉलेज के लिए पढ़ते रहते हो?
नहीं सर, ऐसे बात नहीं
क्यों
सर।
नहीं टाइम बचा लेते हो यार? क्यों वेट कर रहे हो? टीना डाबी मैम को अपना रोल मॉडल क्यों नहीं बनाते हो? फर्स्ट ईयर ऑफ ग्रेजुएशन, स्टार्टेड हर जर्नी, वेरी फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट, राइट एट द एज ऑफ 21, ऑल इंडिया रैंक 1। इफ शी कैन डू इट, व्हाई कांट यू डू इट यार? किस चीज
यस
की
सर।
वेट है? वेट क्यों
नो
करते
सर,
हो? आज तक समझ नहीं आता।
आई विल स्टार्ट सर टुमारो।
Very nice. Drishti Jain, please tell me. Tomorrow it will be 75, Ayush. Today it is 59. Yes, Drishti.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, Ji.
Sir, I want to ask that how we can prepare these notes ourselves from newspaper.
Beta, if it is only newspaper, we are already providing it free to you. So don't waste your time preparing yourself. I don't understand when there is someone to guide you, why you want to do the magic yourself. We
Sir,
are
but
here saving your
I
time,
am
giving you free of cost. करंट अफेयर तो फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट है ना, you बोल दिया टेलीग्राम पे फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट देंगे, तो बेटा टाइम तो बचा लो ना। अगर आपको अपनी फ्यूचर में इन्वेस्ट नहीं करना 5900 भी, दैट्स ओके, आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड। आपको अपने फ्यूचर में इन्वेस्ट नहीं करना, पर जहां पे फ्री मिल रहा उसको तो यूज कर लो, या वहां पर
Yes,
भी तुम्हें
sir.
डाउट है?
No, sir, no.
तो ठीक है, फिर
Thank
क्यों टाइम वेस्ट कर रहे हो?
Okay.
All right, everyone. With this, we come to the end of the session. I hope this session help you understand some of the new things and gave you a little bit of confidence. And those 63 students who have paid, they have done a fantastic job. And at the end, let me share my mobile number with you so that in case you want to ask anything more in future, feel free to send WhatsApp messages. I am not able to take your calls, so I will cut the call as and when you call me. But yes, whenever you send a message on this number 9814711661, you will get your doubt cleared in next less than 1 hour, right? So whosoever have any question on mind can send me a message on this number, WhatsApp message, and I will try to reach out to them at the fastest possible. With this, God bless you all, and trust me friends, dreams do come true when we are ready to invest in them. And investment, trust me, is not just of money. Investment is of time, investment is of commitment, investment is of focus, investment is of that money that you have planned for some party, some outing, some movies, some games. You can invest in your future. Trust me, it will get you better returns, right? All right, everyone, God bless you, and see you tomorrow in the class.